Peace, family. What's up? What's good? This is in the God. Who's in the star constellation here in my studio, and I'm about to talk about no other than First Subscribe, the death culture of America. Keep your kids away. To all my melanated sisters, all my melanated moms, keep your kids away from this death culture, and you need to stop teaching your kids to participate in this death culture. Why do I say that? We're going to start from the jump of how you first even indoctrinate your kid in the death culture. First of all, by feeding your kid meat, you're giving him a killer's appetite. If you get a pit bull and you feed it raw meat, that pit bull is going to be very violent and want to taste raw meat. Okay, first point. Meat is an appetite of a killer. What animals do you see eating meat and how do they act? Lions eat meat. Leopards eat meat. Tigers eat meat. Sharks eat meat. And how do they act? Cold-blooded killers. Their body and their whole humanoid structure is bred for killing. That's how they're supposed to be. Now look at animals that don't eat meat. Panda bear, an elephant, a deer. Are you really going to be scared of a panda and an elephant and a deer? No, exactly. So, by eating meat, you're indoctrinating them in the killer's culture, in the death culture. Why do I say that? Meat is dead life. It's death. That's all meat is. Not only meat is death, but when you measure meat on a pH scale and you get its colors, PHL starts from red, ends at purple. The chakra scale, you feel me? The rainbow scale, the electromagnet light scale, you feel me? Of how the earth in our eyes, cold light and chakra energy starts from the lowest energy, red, to the highest energy, purple. So that's like the code of human life, basically. Them colors, you feel me? The chakras, red is lowest, highest chakra is purple. pH scale to measure the acidity and the alkaline. The alkaline is a water molecule, electromagnetic energy. You feel me? So purple is the highest, and the lowest is red, and meat is the lowest. Lowest is the base chakra. That's the red chakra. That's the lowest frequency known as the devil note that they changed music to. That chakra has to do with your fight or flight, your kill or be killed mentality, your having wanting to have money, you feel me, your ego, your jealousy. That's where hatred is. That's where the deep emotions such as jealousy, anguish, and all these things, and trauma. That's where trauma is too. You feel me? And this chakra is a level of existence. Every chakra, you can live out of that chakra. It's a level of existence. So you being in your lower self, you will never be able to hit your higher self. And first, to even hit your higher self, you gotta leave the lower level of existence and reach your fourth chakra, which is what was known as Christ consciousness, which is not the seventh yet, but it's living out of unconditional love. Why do you think Jesus Christ was living out of unconditional love, and he loved everybody? And when you're at your fourth chakra, you got three more chakras to go. So Jesus was at his fourth. He was at his fourth chakra his whole life, giving everybody unconditional love. The ultimate test. He died on a cross and still gave everybody unconditional love, right? In order for Jesus to reach the seventh chakra, which is why I say he's a story on how to enlighten yourself, because when he died, and after he took all the sin of the world and went through all the negative energy, it took him 3 days to ascend and get back with God, which is in heaven. 3 days, three more chakras, the throat, the third eye, and the crown. So when I say it's all a story that adds up, it really is all a story that adds up. So if you keep feeding your kid meat and you keep feeding them these things, you're going to keep them in a low killer-based mentality, because that's how lions and tigers are. They're in the red chakra because they have to kill to survive. You're never going to let them reach Christ consciousness or enlightenment. You don't even, it's not even, it could be Christ consciousness, enlightenment, nirvana. It's all the same thing. It's just letting the kundalini energy flow and tap to the crown chakra. That's all it is, basically. Getting through all those 7 levels of awareness. We're living at a lower level of awareness. We're at our lower chakra, our base chakra, pride, ego, hatred. And do I keep, why am I solid on my point that this is a death culture? Because death and hatred resides out the lower self. That's gonna cause nothing but death. All that trauma, hatred is simply gonna spew out because we're in the death culture. Death is celebrated. People be on the block saying, "Oh yeah, I smoke your dead homie your pack." What is wrong with you? Like for real, bro. So not only that, you feed the kid meat, you traumatize him, you beat on the kid, you put all this anger into him, feed him a killer appetite. Then you set him behind a TV all day, and all this TV is doing is just terraforming his matrix and creating reality for him. That's all television is telling you. Television, you gotta understand, when you're giving focus to a vision or you're giving focus to audio, for that moment, that audio and that vision becomes your reality, and you're basically morphed into that matrix with your attention. So the longer you sit behind that TV or the longer you listen to this audio, your life is slowly gonna start to mold, or you're gonna want to become that. You're gonna glorify it, and you're gonna copy it. You're gonna copy what you see on TV because that has now become your reality. Because television was simply telling your vision the reality to create for your mind through your subconscious, telling you visions, telling you lies to your vision. Television. Yeah, don't mess with TV. You want to be so rooted in your matrix that you feel it's your world. Like you want to be introverted and keep your energy under control and keep it condensed. Don't let them take your attention. Don't let them feed up your energy. So that's the third point why I say we're in a death culture, because it's celebrated on TV, and that's all they teach us. And unfortunately, that's all we ever listen to. So on the fourth take, the music, which is another audio, is a death culture. And by focusing into music, once I said it again, you're terraforming your matrix to let their reality sit in your matrix. And so what do you ultimately do? Act out that reality which you hear through the audio. And not only are you acting out that reality based off of natural laws of physics and cause and effect, they're tuning into your lower chakra. They're messing with your base chakra. Music has been changed to what is known as the devil's note, and that is, I think it's like 300 or 400 terahertz frequency, which is your lowest red chakra, the death chakra, the chakra, the pride, the ego, the hatred, the murder, the fight or flight instinct, the war energy. So you've been telling your kid to sit behind this TV, traumatizing him subliminally, giving him all these messages. Feed him the killer's appetite. TV been telling him to live a death culture and kill people. Then the audio has been telling him to live a death culture, kill people. Then you've been beating him, and he can't hit you back because that's your mom. So he has all this trauma in him. Then you throw him out in the world. That's literally a cold-blooded killer in the pretext. Meat, seeing trauma, being traumatized. TV, all it's telling him to do to go out, traumatize people, rob people. Then the music telling him go out, kill people, traumatize people, rob people. Then the guns are just easily in the street. What is wrong with y'all? Guys, like, do I really gotta go? Like, what is wrong with y'all, really? What is wrong with y'all old heads raising us like that? Like, for real. I can't even blame the youth for being killers, because y'all old heads is the ones that was raising them just like this. Just what I pointed out, that's how y'all was raising them. So what is wrong with y'all old heads for letting this slide? Why didn't y'all research meat and its principles and what it's really made out of and what it's really composed of? What was stopping you? I can't even blame y'all, because that's what y'all old heads taught y'all too. It's just a cycle. I can't even blame them. But still, I'm young enough to learn change because we're in the Aquarian age, the age of knowing. That's where everybody's getting conscious now. But that don't mean just because we wasn't in the Aquarian age, you couldn't wake up. Come on now. I'm out.